Hello, and we are back with our Batman the Animated Series episodes commentary. And today's episode is one that I like very much called Terror in the Sky. An episode that features my favorite villain from the Batman Rogues Gallery, believe it or not, the Man-Bat, or at least the return of the Man-Bat. So as usual, let's do a countdown so we can watch the episode together, you in your DVD box set or Blu-ray box set or streaming service with Batman the Animated Series. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, give it a play. The Warner Bros. Logo is on the screen, and yes, the more and more the time passes, I realize that Man-Bat is my favorite Batman villain. And I know this is not a popular opinion, but I think, or as I said many times during here, the videos of my channel, that I love the supernatural side of Batman when he faces, supernatural stuff or monsters or all these kind of things. So for me, as time went by, the character of Man-Bat started to grow in me. You can see that I actually did 2 comic book runs of the character here in the channel, and you can see those videos in here in the playlist. And so I love stories with Man-Bat. I love the fact that he's a villain that Batman has to fight in the sky. I love the fact that he's some kind of mirror to the character of Batman in a way, but is a monstrous version of the character. Every story that features Man-Bat, it always appeals to me. And here, it's the second appearance. He appeared before in other episodes, but just as a cameo. So here is the second full appearance of the character in the show since the first episode, right? On Leather Wings. And here we have him again. And this time, it's a very cool setting in Gotham City because this story takes place in a snowy season of the city. And so we start the episode with these guys unloading some boxes in a dock. They are transporting fruits and oranges, I believe, and the Man-Bat attacks them looking for fruits to eat. So the first scene of the Man-Bat in this episode is him eating an orange that he grabs from one of the boxes. So this is pretty fun. And so yes, it's cool. I think it's probably the last time we will see the character also in the show. Which is very sad. He didn't even come back in the second season, or actually the 4th season of the show, right? The new animated series. He didn't come back in that. All the characters return with their looks changed or updated to the new style of animation, but Man-Bat didn't. So that's very sad. So this is the last appearance of the character here, until we have other Batman cartoons in the future, right? So that shows that he's a level B or C even character in the Batman lore. But I don't care. I love it. And I think that it's time for Man-Bat to show up in a movie version, right, as a villain in one of the live action movies. I really would like to see that happen someday. But anyway, we get to the apartment of Kirk Langstrom. He is there. He's sleeping with his wife Francine, and he wakes up from a nightmare. And this nightmare was the attack that the Man-Bat did to the guys unloading the boxes of oranges. And he wakes up thinking this is a nightmare, but then he walks around the bed and realizes that there are some oranges on the floor. So it was not a nightmare. The whole thing really happened. And Then the guys of the dock, they start to report the attack of the man bats, and Batman is on the corner, hidden and listening to the guys. So he realizes right away that this is another is the return of the man bats to the city. So he goes to his bike, and this is another appearance of the Bat bike, which I love, by the way. It's a very cool vehicle in the show. He puts his helmet on. The tires of the bike have spikes, so he can have a better grip to the floor. Because remember, this is a snowy setting in this episode, so he speeds the bike in the snow, and it's very cool, by the way. Soon enough, we're going to have an action scene that features Batman in the bike running away from the Man-Bats. It's one of the coolest action scenes of the show, in my opinion. So then we go to the Man-Bat's lab, the Kirk Langstrom's lab, and is the same one from the first episode of the show, right? The lab that is a building that looks like a cone from outside. So this is a great touch of the animation to feature that same design for the lab. And then there is this new suspicion over Kirk after these new attacks that he's behind it all. His wife caught some ragged clothes on the garbage can. She tries to talk with her father, and then she talks to Kirk, and this is gonna cause a fight between them two because he promised that he will never drink the serum that transformed him into the Man-Bat. And this is where Batman arrives pissed at the lab as well. And he says a very cool line, "I'm tired of cleaning your mess." This is very cool. And this is great because a couple of episodes ago, we had the Tiger episode that had the same lab as well, because Batman paid a visit to Kirk, and now he's back here. So yeah, I complain that the character doesn't show up anymore, or doesn't show up a lot in this show, but he had many appearances actually during the whole thing. So anyway, but Kirk denies the fact that he's drinking the serum. So Batman takes a sample of his DNA to run some tests in the Batcave, because apparently Kirk doesn't have any memory of the attacks. So he really insists that he's not the one who is being transformed into the creature this time. So this causes a great mystery in the episode. And now we're going to have the great action scene that I mentioned before. Batman is going to get his bike parked outside, which, by the way, it is parked outside and is chained to a pole. And he has this retractable chain that loses the bike so he can take off with it. And then the Man-Bat shows up, and of course we already noticed that it's probably not Kirk Langstrom this time, because he has pink pants. And so I don't think the Man-Bat would wear pink pants. So anyway, and then we have this fight. The Man-Bat arrives and starts to throw some trash cans on Batman, and they fight on the snow. Batman slides on the snow with his face, and then we're gonna have this cool scene where Batman is gonna take the bike and starts the chase after the creature. And again, the whole snowy setting only helps this scene to be the coolest, in my opinion. I think, I love Batman in the snow, or Gotham City in the snow, should I say. And I think this is something that since Batman Returns, it hasn't happened in many versions of the character. Of course, in the comics, maybe. But in live action, for example, it's something that we should have again. maybe with the Matt Reeves version. So anyway, Batman starts to speed the bike. Now, actually, the creature is chasing him for some reason. So Batman speeds the bike in the streets. He jumped over a wall, and then he goes to the train station, and he enters the train station. And this is the coolest part for me, where he's going to see the creature flying over the train tracks, and he ropes the leg of the Man-Bats, and then the Man-Bat flies away and starts to drag Batman and the bike over the tracks of the train. And this is where you're going to have, obviously, a train coming on the tracks, and Batman will have to abandon the bike. So this is a very cool scene, because the train destroys the bike right away, and the Man-Bat escapes. Yeah, very cool scene. It could be longer, but I love it. I love I love when Batman has these action scenes where he rides a bike, or anyway, I love any action scene with the Man-Bats. And we're gonna have another one in the end of the episode that is more aerial, right? So, like I said, this is one of the things that I love about the character, the possibility of these air action scenes, and force Batman to use some kind of device or vehicle to chase him, right? So this is my favorite kind of element in these stories. So Batman goes to Kirk, and after he ran some tests in the Batcave, he discovers that the creature is not Kirk Langstrom indeed. So now they don't know who is behind these attacks, and Francine left him, right? She was sick of the whole thing of the Man-Bat, so she decided to leave him, and she's taking a plane out of Gotham. So Kirk, he has to run after her to catch her in the airport. Meanwhile, Batman goes to the lab of Kirk, and he's caught by the father of Francine, which I never remember his name, but anyway, he has this gun pointed to Batman, and Batman discovers that he was the one responsible to recreate the serum that transforms people into Man-Bats. So, but unfortunately, there was an accident. Batman is able to disarm the man, and at first he thinks that the doctor is the one who took the serum, but then he discovers that there was an accident. Like I said, Francine entered the lab and caught her father doing some tests, and when she caught him, he dropped a glass of the serum on the floor, and she helped him clean the mess, but she was cut by one of the glasses, or the pieces of glass, and the serum got in touch with her bloodstream, and this was what transformed her into the Man-Bat, or Woman-Bat in this case, right? So she is the one behind these attacks. And yes, I think this is an element that is very common in the Man-Bat stories, that not only Kirk Langstrom can be transformed into the creature, but anybody who gets in touch with the serum. And I think in many stories, Francine Langstrom is the one who transforms into the creature, including one of the comics that I made a video here in the channel. I will put the link at the end of this video here, and you can watch. And in that comic, which is an old story from 1995, Batman faces the Man-Bats in some caves in the desert, and there he is making a new family of Man-Bat people. And Francine is transforming into a very evolved creature and stuff like that. Anyway, so Kirk was able to find Francine in the plane, and he explains to her that he is not the creature. They make peace. But then Francine starts to feel sick, and then she goes to the bathroom, and there she starts to transform into the woman bat. And then she bursts out of the bathroom, and we're going to have this cool shot where she reveals her new transformed face with blonde hair still to the flight attendants, and the woman's going to scream. We're going to have this chaos in the plane with the creature attacking everyone. And yeah, we're going to have an airplane action scene now. The creature starts to create havoc in the plane. It starts to destroy everything. Then she actually opens one of the doors of the plane, and this causes the whole thing to lose pressure. She leaves the plane, and then the strong wind starts to pull everything from inside the plane to outside. And then we're gonna have the flight attendants being sucked out of the plane, and then Batman is gonna come in his Batwing. So this is what I said about having elements like this, a Batwing, or I don't know, any other device or vehicle in an air action scene. Kirk Langstrom is pulled out of the plane, but then the woman bat saves him. Then the flight attendant starts to be pulled out of it, and Batman is gonna come with the Batwing and save her by using one of his electronic arms in the aircraft. And this is very cool because he grabs her by her suit, right, and delicately puts her back inside the plane, and using the same arm, he's able to close the broken door, and magically the whole thing returns to pressure like nothing had happened, right? So, but this is a very cool scene either way. And then Batman is gonna go after the woman bat, and we're gonna have this cool shot of him flying among the buildings of Gotham after the creature. Again, could be a longer scene. I would love to have a air action scene between the creature and Batman going through the buildings, and I don't know, flying very near the windows. It would be awesome. But anyway, we have here Batman chasing the creature anyway. And this is gonna take us to the climax where Francine is gonna land on the top of a bridge, right? Because Batman is trying to maybe knock her out, or I don't know what he's trying to do, to be honest. Because if he knocks her out, if he hits the creature in the air with the Batwing, she's gonna fall, and both her and Kirk are gonna die. So she does the right thing by taking him to the top of a tower bridge, similar to the one in the California, the Golden Gate Bridge, right? And they both land on it. It's a very cool and sad shot where the creature howls to the sky, and Batman arrives. He has an antidote to make the creature return to the human side, and he fires the antidote at her. So both have a fight. The woman bat gets him and tries to bite him, and we have this very cool scene where both have a fight of strength. And then we had this, one of my favorite, and I don't know, I guess not intentionally funny shots of the episode where she flies away, turns around, and hits Batman. Oh no, it's not now. He's a little down the line. But there is this scene where She's gonna hit the Batman and he's gonna fall on the snow over the bridge like a pancake. And I don't know what happened there with the animation. I guess Batman looks like a doll, a plastic doll falling on the ground. But it's a good fight. I mean, Batman stands on his own, kicking the creature, punching it, and little by little, he is able to get the serum into her bloodstream to make her return to the human nature. The scene just happened, right? She actually slapped him on the face, and he flew away and hits the floor like a pancake. It was very funny. So there you go. Francine returns to her human condition, and Kirk also wakes up from his slumber because he was unconscious so far. She's a little dizzy, and she almost falls from the bridge. She actually slips on the edge of it. Batman is not able to get her in time because he was slapped on the face. And then Kirk arrives at the last second to grab her so she doesn't fall. Both of them take her back to the surface of the bridge, and Kirk and her hug. And this is it. The episode just ends. There's nothing more to be told. A good episode. I guess it's not one of the best or the most popular ones, but I like it very much for the whole environment, the whole snowy setting, and for having my favorite villain of the Rogues Gallery, believe it or not. So this is it. Thank you so much. If you are liking the Bat content here in the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like in this video so we can keep talking about Batman and DC in the future. See you in the next Bat video, and bye-bye.